What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
Today we are going to be reviewing Missing.
Missing, yes.
Missing. Not searching.
Missing.
It is the, spiritual successor to the 2018 movie Searching.
Mm-hmm.
Shot in the same exact way because it's actually directed by the people who produced Searching.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you know how like found footage, which I hate. You know, it has a camcorder, and you just basically see different clips on the camcorder. This is different. Everything's shot through like iMessage and Skype and WhatsApp and FaceTime and all that stuff. So that's the entire movie, how it's seen. And like Searching,
That's awesome.
this deals with the investigation into a missing person.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
The Fox.
the Fox. Okay, so Missing. It stars Storm Reed is the actress's name, who actually I've seen in quite a few things. I know she's going to be in The Last of Us. I saw because she's coming in that season. She had a small part in the Suicide Squad, the good one by James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. And she's on Euphoria.
She is on. Oh, okay, I haven't seen that.
She's the little sister.
Okay, cool. And the first thing I saw her in was Invisible Man, which if you haven't seen, fantastic movie. But anyway, yeah, she stars as the protagonist. We spend pretty much the entire movie with her face on some sort of screen, whether it's FaceTime or WhatsApp or Skype or whatever. And her her mother basically goes missing, and she is working with the police to investigate what happened. That's the main plot. What I liked. So the first movie, Searching, I really liked that movie. I watched it twice in theaters and I saw it on streaming 2 times, and it's really cool. It's a movie where every time you watch it, you pick up little clues in the movie that you'll see. Like, when someone's scrolling through a folder, there may be something there that if you catch it, you'll see it. And I mean, the same thing happens here. There's a bunch of little clues and stuff scattered throughout that I'm sure I'll see the second time around. Now with a movie like this, the way it's shot, I mean, it could be a gimmick and the movie could be bad, right? But it's a gimmick and it works because like the story is interesting, like the investigation is interesting, like you want to know what happened to these people.
Yes, I held my pee the entire time.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, he really did. He was like, I can't miss it. I remember like there are twists and turns all throughout, and there was a twist right before he was about to go.
Yeah.
So it's really good. The I guess again like the first one, I also like how this movie has like a strained parent child relationship, and they basically like the movie shows how like it's really it's not working for them at the beginning. For some reason they're not really on the same page, or they're again it's just strained. So it really shows that like they put all that aside, and it's like, oh no, this person's missing. I gotta find them. I really love them. Everything I said was just dumb, and it was ridiculous, and I really liked that. I like the family aspect of it. And I mean, yeah, it was just good. Like, it's a good mystery / thriller. Like, this one has, I'd say, more twist. Like, there's a big twist in both of them, right? This one has like more twists, like big revelations that come out, and than the first one did. And I mean, I enjoyed them. Now, I will say. Like my one dislike, the big twist that happens in this movie, it's a little too, I don't want to say unreal. Well, yeah, no, it's kind of unrealistic to me. Yeah. Like the twist in the first one, when it happened, I was like, oh, you know what? I could totally buy this happening. But in this one, it's like, really? That's a bit of a stretch. It was an elaborate plan that happened here. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm really buying this.
The big twist is not where it's at.
Yeah.
I personally was calling everything out.
Yeah, he kept saying like he was like basically directing the movie.
Yeah,
so,
and that would be my.
I mean, I'm not like, if you like the first one, you'll like this one. That's really all I gotta say.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Yeah. No, I just was like, and I recently watched the first one, so I knew what to be looking out for too.
Yeah.
Like anything that was kind of off, or anything that was on the screen, as Sam said, like you could pay attention. Pans zooms, all of those are not for any reason. They're showing you something that's going to happen later in the movie. And if that ruins it for you, I'm sorry, because I still enjoyed it and I knew exactly what was going to happen. About 3 times. The big twist, I was like, I know who it is, but I didn't know it was going to be that cheesy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It just made sense.
No. Yeah, agreed. I think, and something I kind of want to talk about. I want to actually, I know they shot this, through these different apps. But, they were so crystal clear.
Yeah.
I just need to know how I really want to know how they did this.
They made up some apps. Anyway, some apps up. I like that from the first one, too.
Oh, yeah, they made up some.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so,
and they look like good, logo branding. I was like, somebody could take this and actually use it.
They had to get permission from all these different, Google, WhatsApp, Facebook.
Google was all over this movie.
Yeah, they had to get permission and do it. And again, it was so, I guess it was real, it was refreshing, it was cool. But again, it looked really good. I mean, there were certain things, I think there's one scene where they're actually doing something on a smartwatch. That actually looked like it was recorded on the smartwatch, which I thought was cool.
Which is awesome. Yeah. That attention to detail and any of the cam footage or anything like that was not clear.
Yeah, but everything else, I was like, really my good. FaceTimes don't look like this.
Oh.
No. Something else I forgot to mention. I also just really like how there are things that happen that they make exciting. Things that are just mundane, like a text message conversation, right? Someone says something and someone writes something back. I mean, that could be boring, but with the soundtrack and the tension and what they write, right? And then they show the 3 little dots. Then they disappear. Yeah. So the person's was typing something. They're like, you know what? I'm not gonna write this. Then they just come back and say okay or something like that. Yeah, that happens to us in real life, and we're just like, oh,
what are you gonna say? What the heck? But we haven't talked about this in a while. Like you said, the soundtrack. It was so progressive. It moved the story. Yeah. And it just felt like that classic. Yeah. And it's getting your heart rate up. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Got your heart pumping.
Yeah, and it's just what's going to happen. And that's why I couldn't leave, because I'm comparatively to the first one, something's happening every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like some type of revelation that builds on the story until the very end.
It got to the point where, I remember, this is, I guess it's not a big spoiler, but she's trying to recover a password, right? Yeah. And I remember just thinking, I was so into how she was going to get this password, because we needed it to get into this locked file so that we could see so that the movie could move forward.
It's a lot of
it was just, I don't know, the way they made you care about stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
And the idea that older people just suck with technology.
Yeah, that was funny.
And that's a huge reflection to the password thing.
Yeah.
Because it's y'all aren't safe.
Yeah, y'all not. Y'all passwords are
personally,
terrible.
my mother has lost her whole Facebook. She had everything.
Oh, man.
Because they like to click stuff. They make horrible passwords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nia Long clearly wasn't.
Oh, no.
Nia Long's character was not good.
Nia Long was not a tech, but she was supposed to be older.
Yeah. So. Oh, good, man. I think, in the end, like we said, you like the first one, you like this one. I think it's a good watch. I would see it again. Mm-hmm. I think, like me and Joey said, the big twist. He called it, and I thought it was kind of cheesy. Yeah. Comparatively to the first one.
Right.
So,
I would say date night movie.
Yeah.
It's not a take your kid. Well, if your kid's older, if your kid's a teenager and you want to say, hey, you need to watch this. What if something happens?
Exactly.
Love me and I love you kind of situation. Maybe you take your teen, but this is definitely not for kids. I feel like we haven't been saying that either. Please don't. It's not that it's scary. It's just I feel like a child would just be like, what? And then when the ending happens, it's like, oh no. Close my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Teenagers, adults, dates. This is the movie because you can talk about it. This is we can have a whole another 80-minute conversation about this movie.
Yeah, all the little things you've seen.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what would you give this one?
Oh man. We've been giving pretty low scores. I'm damn. I'll go ahead and give it a 4. Because it's it was good. I enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy the last probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, I also give it a 4. Like, I would give the first one a 4.5. I guess Searching, which I don't want to call. Although I don't know if you noticed, this does take place in the same universe.
It does,
I guess, because the movie starts off with like a dramatization of the events of the first one
which
on
is
Netflix, which is
it's
pretty funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'd give this one a 4. But I think the first one was still better in my opinion. Like, if I had to grade that, I'd probably give it a 4.5.
I'd give that one a 4.5, but then if we're saying that, I would have to go, just because that was a more fulfilling ending.
Yeah.
So then I would have to drop my score 3.5. But we're gonna go with 4. We can go with a 4.
I think this one's a 4. I think this one was pretty good. So yeah, your small cast review score is a 4 out of 5. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to us ramble on yet again. Appreciate it. If you liked this, I always forget to say this. Hit that little subscribe button and the bell. Ding. There you go. And yeah, you will always be up to date on everything we drop. So, Missing. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Did you like it as much as Searching? Let us know right down there in the comments, guys. And until next time, we out.
Deuces.